Okay, it is currently 12:02 p.m. Central Time. I am looking back at the charts. I did some other trades between the last time recording and now. Um, I can show it here. Basically, the total trades today are here, January 20th, 2026. Um, Started off with CCHH. Um, got that at 79 cents initially, very early on. Let's see how that was looking. I don't have times in my tracker. I just kind of generally track it on morning. This is kind of how I look back on my progress every day. And so here today, um, I'll call it here at 12 o'clock. This is kind of where I'm going to end it. I'm not going to do any afternoon trades, mainly just track morning versus afternoon. But here, kind of see what I was looking at um, with CCHH. I initially got it at 79 cents. That was right around here, I believe. No. I got it here. So here was where I was at. I saw, hey, there's a buy signal. I saw it in the green here. It was going up, uh, up, up. Everything's up. And so I bought, um, thinking, hey, this is about to go up. And I bought it a bit early and it went down. I needed to probably wait another bar to be like right around here. With this being a red bar, I probably should have waited for a strong green bar. And then that would have been my entry point looking back. Um, so yeah, lost a little bit, 3%, 4% on my trades. I'm doing small amounts. Um, I think altogether my buy was just about 80 bucks. And what I do is I staggered it. I bought 100 shares, but I sold it and set to 50 just in case part of it goes up. I don't want to be totally out of my position. I want to sell partial and then uh, take profit, and then whatever keeps rising to the next sell point. So that was CCHH. I was kind of, I say chasing here because I kind of was. I saw early on, hey, it had this, had this. I was thinking, I kind of got in a bit late. If I would have had to do it, I would have had to go in early. But even then, I don't think that's a strong call. Honestly, I don't even think that was chasing. This is just a bad call. Um, I got in too early on those. IVF, that was my next one. I bought it at 402. Let me go to IVF. That this was a big, pretty much the big changer for today. So here, I bought it at 402. I was right around here. I think I bought this bar, the high end. It was one of these two bars I bought it on, and here, this was my good buy signal. Like, okay, I know it's gonna go up. Got lots of volume. I'm in the green, in the green. This is high, which is good. It's kind of on the down, so it's not the greatest. But I believe I bought it right around here at 402 on this bar. So everything was looking good. Went up, and I ended up selling. Where did I sell at? I can even find the times. So I bought at 901. So 901. Actually, this is the bar I bought on. I got this a little late. I probably should have gotten one of these. And then I sold everything by 909. So this bar, here's 910 is this bar. Here's 909. So within this bar, I sold everything, and that made me pretty good gains. Basically, 8.9%, 7%, 5.4% gains on what I sold. Um, $4, 32, $1.71, $1.54. Again, small amounts, but uh, good. Hey, I'll take those numbers if I can average that every single day. Um, those are good gains. Pola was not originally on my list. This one, I checked back later on the screener, and I saw Pola was on it, and it met the criteria, had the good relative volume, low shares, good percentage change. So when I looked at it, I found it a bit late. Um, so I wish I found it a bit earlier, but I'm not going to be too upset. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Here, when did I buy in? I bought in at 9:15. Okay, so where's 9:15? So it was after this bar that I noticed this one. And this one I did better. I had better control of myself. Ideally, I would have found it earlier, maybe one of the, like this bar, I would have noticed it. Good, strong volume here, um, good growth, and then hopefully probably would have bought this green with a stop loss here, but not a big deal. Here, I bought at 9:15, so I found it a bit late. I found it within this bar, so 9:15, sold everything by 9:20. So basically just rode this bar up. Um, I started at 323 was my fill price, so right around the bottom of this bar because I had it on my uh, watch list. I was right here looking at it. Everything was green, everything was positive, green, up, high, had a buy signal way down here. Um, and so everything about this looked good. And yeah, I sold this. I staggered it out. And then I did 15 to 15. I had 30 total shares. I immediately split into two stop losses. I take early profits, and then with the remaining 15, I let it ride. Um, it didn't work out to fill to a high enough price, but just in case if it did, and this one kept going up, then I could have made a decent amount. But no worries, made a good profit on that one. Pola, uh, yeah, 11%, 9%, $5.32, $4.42 on that. So happy with those. I looked back at this one to see, hey, why did this one pop off? And maybe if there was some recent news, and I didn't see any. So don't really know what was going on with Pola. Uh, but it was good that I checked back on the screener after the fact just to see what else was moving. Sometimes things move a bit later in the day, maybe around 9 o'clock, uh, maybe around 10 o'clock. So it's good to check on that periodically. SHPH, this one um, was originally on my list. Here it is. And so SHPH, I originally got it at 936 at a price of 411. So where's 936? So right here, this bar. So on this one, I bought within this bar. Uh, is honestly probably not the strongest of signals, in my opinion. Uh, if I have to be totally honest. Uh, I kind of bought this one prematurely. I liked the strong volume. Hey, yeah, it was a strong buy signal. It was breaking over VWAP, but it wasn't high enough on a trend. It wasn't green enough. This wasn't green. This is honestly on a downtrend, and then this one's up. So if I'm going to be honest, not the greatest of trades. This one was quite risky, but I mitigated my risk. on it, and but it's also why I didn't make very much. I bought it early, was able to sell it early, made 4.6%, and then I moved part of my stop loss to pretty much break even. So I had good risk management, but it was a very mid call. Honestly, kind of more of a bad call, but I would say it's mid because it made me money. Um, but not the greatest of signals on that one. And then a late one in the game was SGN. So here I'll pull up SGN. This one did have news, but it wasn't originally on my list. They just signed some blockchain AI data center merger, um, but that was announced 5 hours ago. Granted, it's 12 p.m. Central, so 5 hours ago would have been about 7. Basically, market open, nothing happens. Actually, kind of drops. And it's not until about 11:30 we actually start to see it pop off a bit. So, but I didn't make any, uh, or I did make a trade on SGN. So let me pull up SGN. I was looking at SEG. Um, so SGN, um, here I bought 400 shares at about 25 cents a share. That was at 11:35. So here, uh, where are we at for SGN? 11:30, 11:35. So here, again, I got into this one a bit late. The stronger buy signal was here, in my opinion. It doesn't quite hit, but I bought on this one. So I liked this, bought on this bar. Um, Even had a buy signal, was green, green on the up. And then I also sold within that bar. I held these less than a minute, or less than a couple minutes. So at 11:35, I bought. I sold everything by 11:38. Um, and so here you can see fill price on these 24 cents, basically 25 cents. Sold everything for a bit higher, so not bad. I took some early profit, got some larger profit at 8.8%, 7.6%. Again, not big numbers. Here you can see the original quantity was 200, so I took an early 200. And this one I think was on the minute chart as well. Um, my note for myself on that is just uh, basically be careful with the minute charts. I'm not the biggest fan of going to them and setting my stop losses. Here it ended up working because, I mean, you can see the trend. It kind of was already on the up and up based off of this. I bought at 11:35, sold by 11:38, which was I think the last one was here, and that was just me kind of holding on to a little bit extra just in case. Um, so the minute chart was quite useful for catching the small, tiny little uh, increase, but in general, not the biggest fan. What I do like is how this little crossover happened here, and then I had a buy signal. So looking back, yeah, I definitely want to try to find and be aware of these ones. Because if I could have gotten to this one earlier, let's say like this was 10:30, and if I had this on my radar, uh, I like the volume right here. I would have actually been on the 5 minute chart again. So here, just zoom out a bit. Buy signals all the way back there, but a bunch of horizontal, nothing really crazy. Crossover right here. Another VWAP starts to increase, and then, but I don't have a strong buy signal yet, in my opinion, until this bar. This is the one where, hey, I'm above VWAP. I have a strong green bar that of volume, and so ideally this would have been the time to get at 10:30, and then could have rode this bar up with some stop losses, some made some profit, and then if I had patience, then could have definitely gone up higher. So I mean, if I bought here, this would have been 17 cents. Could have sold anywhere up to 28 cents, which is, yeah, pretty great profit. Um, and then everything basically would have had to have sold uh, by that point. And then, uh, yeah, for a strong red bar, I would have sold at this red bar, I would have sold that red bar. But yeah, this one, SGN on my list late. So not the most ideal. I was pretty much done with a majority of everything by 9:30. But I checked again around 11:20 or so and saw SGN, and that's when I got into that one. Made a little bit of, made an extra $4.12, which isn't much. All these are small numbers right now, and right now I'm just proving the concept for myself. Working with small numbers. I don't want to risk a lot. I don't want to lose a lot of money. I'm not trying to gain a lot of money right now. I want more positive days. I want days where I am growing. So that's the main thing I'm checking at this time. Once I have proof of concept, then I'll start scaling up. Um, but yeah, here, I mean, I started January 13th. Today's day 5. I'm on January 20th. Um, and here, the first day I made $16. Second day I went minus 12.58. Third day went minus 8.24. Fourth day went up 11.53. Fifth day today I went up 20.33. So I'm feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to take notes on it. So some of the things here I noted for myself was not so many trades. Because one thing I've noticed, the more trades I do, does not necessarily coordinate to the better, uh, doing a lot better. So fewer trades, definitely. Uh, and then one thing I removed is any afternoon. I don't want to do any afternoon. I'm done for today. No more trades. So I want to keep afternoon at 0 because based off of my afternoon totals, they're all negative. Um, except today. Today was 0. But yeah, negative, 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 negative. No point in doing afternoons. I don't know enough, and it's just me watching it all day at that point. Uh, Ideally, not doing that. So yeah, definitely focus is morning, ideally early morning. Um, Here, my notes for today was yeah, I did great job, fewer trades. I quit while I was ahead, kinda. Uh, I ended up getting back in and chasing a little bit. Um, so not the greatest, if I'm going to be honest. I should not have gotten back in. I should have just called it a day. But yeah, I checked it and got in. A key thing here is I need to stop using the 1 minute to set stop losses. Here, I want to keep this one um, at 5 minutes. Um, I think that will be a bit better with managing that. And then, as you can see, yeah, all in all, a pretty positive day. $20 up 302% relative to yesterday. This is my running change or running dollar number. So yesterday or last Friday, I had $6.73. Today I'm at 27.06. So that was a 302% change, um, which is fantastic. Uh, Granted, these are small numbers, so it makes sense that any percent change or any dollar change is going to make it look very skewed at 302%. A better estimate of how well I'm actually doing is, hey, this is up a 1.74% relative to my trades. This one's 4.3% today. Um, this is my average percent change, or just an average of my percents of everything I traded for the day. So altogether, it's like, oh, 4.3% overall. And then relative to my uh, buy and sell numbers. Um, so here, I think key things for myself are not to buy so much. Again, that has to do with quantity, but here's all in all, last Friday, I bought and sold a total of $1,300 worth of shares. Not the most ideal. Uh, Granted, since I only left with $11.53, terrible ratio. I don't like that. So $1,300 is what I'm trading with to make $11. Uh, Not a fan of that. Even here, it shows like, yeah, 0.87% is how much this is relative to uh, how much I actually was spending. What's better is today. Here, I had fewer trades, and then I also had more successes with my trades. But yeah, 4%. So this daily total $20 was 4% of basically what I bought and sold today, which is great. I like that. If I can have a consistent 4% day um, plus, I'm happy with that. Honestly, even this, I'll take any positive day. If I can consistently do that more than uh, have these red days, then I am in a good position to start scaling up. But yeah, I liked this. Let me make quick notes here. So this is a good call, good call, good call, good call. This is actually this was kind of a good management of risk on this one. Um, I mainly just this is just above break even. So all in all, yeah, take the profit on that one. But yeah, I'm going to keep tracking these trades and hopefully have another day like this tomorrow.